Howdy folks, Darknap's dad here. Today I'll be coming to you in this arena match as the new god, Discordia. An unprepared attempt, but my first play of her nonetheless. Joining me here today will be my daughter, Beagle Girl 2780 as Izanami, and my youngest son, Sosuke's Gaming as Kabrakan. We also have a Nemesis and an Al Kwong going up against the Discordia Neath, Amaterasu, Agni, and Ardeo. So basically, I took somebody's advice here that I had heard the other day, which was, when you're getting your butt beat by a god, play the god so you can see why you're getting your butt beat. And that's pretty much what I was doing here with Discordia. I took a real quick glimpse at her abilities, but due to the length of the reading required there, I'm like, yeah, let's just go with that ball thing, does the splitty thing, the little square thing on the ground, makes people look at each other or roots them and just hit people like that. I kind of had the gist of the abilities, but not the details of them. One here that I definitely missed out on in this was that her 3 or her circle here, that while in the hidden effect of it, that you get the cooldown reduction. So that was the one thing that I did miss there. But again, wanted to just kind of get out and see what she was all about here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my normal mage thing here and go out and just see if we can't, get these minions cleared, here and so forth. But I played against quite a few Discordias now already over this weekend here, and it was amazing how often when someone knew what they were doing with Discordia could just tear you apart. I mean, I was in an arena with one that did 50k damage and literally could all but, just hitting the 1-2 combo on me, as Artemis could drop me from almost 75% of my health. That was probably about 70% roughly. So yeah, it is definitely one of those things where, but in that same match, we had Discordia that barely got into, double digits of damage, so 50k to 10k. Alright, so it's one of those things where, oop, I ulted and good, but, got ulted right back. So hey, tip of that, if you are ulted by this Discordia, I'm just like, oh, I just needed that extra second of ability there. But anyway, if you are ulted by Discordia, you definitely don't want to be by your teammates. So there I did get in there for a little bit of the cooldown, but again, just was unaware of that fact still. So that is definitely a good thing here for Discordia, is to get that cooldown reduction from her circles, because her cooldowns are relatively long. Otherwise, trying to save my son here, and it's not going too well, but just maybe, I can't really do it, and he goes down. But get behind the column to hide from the extra balls there. And you know what? I better just get into the fountain here myself and heal up a little bit. So basically, anything I'm going on here with playing Discordia is just the few times I've played against her. But the important things is learning how to avoid getting hit by her abilities and the proper ways of dodging them and so forth. Even after that big ball splits, it's one of those things where I notice, it's not terribly hard once you kind of get the timing down. I felt like even in this match, I started to kind of like, all right, I can see how to use my abilities to clear better. I can see how to dodge them a little bit better. Try to get, I couldn't quite get the Agni in with that, but throw that into the crowd. There, we'll hit Nice with that, it looks like. Alright, so we're at 4-2 here in the match. I'm 0-3. Build-wise here, honestly, I was trying to follow the build that the 50k person did. And, we even went back and looked at it. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I forgot how they did that, because it was a very non-traditional build. And I think wasn't so much the build that got them the damage as it was just the skill of the player, perhaps. Because, if I'd build that way, I'd probably get yelled at. So went back and looked at it after the game and thought, oh, yeah, Rada Tahuti was 3rd. Okay, yeah, we didn't do that. Wasn't quite sure on how well she could do the stacks. Stank that Kabrakan died there, but My youngest, his big sister, stands up for him and gets revenge on that Ardio. So high five, Ash. Good job there. Alright, so it's a little bit of a rougher game, when I get to play with the kids. Because, we got varying levels of skill mashed all together here, which generally brings varying levels of skill in the opposing team as well. Because of the matchmaking system, we'll try to get in some lower levels on the enemy team as well as some higher levels like myself. And then you end up for some interesting things. Oh, get away from that. Alrighty. So, hitting her X I found to be interesting, not terribly hard, but at the same time not necessarily easy as well. Actually, what I found a little harder myself was working in just the regular basic attacks. Oh, let's get the apple in there on the alt. Not sure if it bounced off the Cabrakan wall there or not. Just watching that in hindsight was just kind of looking for that. Didn't look like it went the way I was expecting it to go, so maybe it did bounce off that wall. That's something I'll still have to figure out if it does bounce off player-made walls or not. But, we're getting our squares in there, and the trick to really doing the best with the square is that you want to shoot it down the row of the minions, and then have it explode behind them, and then have the ball shoot back through it. And you watch her, see how she did it? Went down through, the ball bounces, and when it explodes, it shoots one back through the minions. So that is definitely the way that you want to kill the minion chains as Discordia. And the trick to her X here is that it does take a moment to fire off, but notice I got the square, or the X in, and then I went and hit Discordia with my square after she got rooted into place there. And that is a very good combo for her. In hindsight, and not using the circle here much, would have been a good time to use a circle as an aggressive maneuver where you're kind of coming up to the back row. You use your circle to set up in the back-ish area. So that way you can fire out your abilities and get the quick cooldowns, still be in the back row, and then go ahead and cast again from there. So it's definitely something. It's funny. I was just like, maybe I did build Rada Tahuti third, but no, actually I'm going for Chronos Pendant there because I felt the lack of cooldowns at this point. And I'm like, I just need to kind of do something to help on that. And like, what better than Chronos Pendant? Yeah, you get the 20% with that as well. Still working on quite figuring out that angle on the X. Sometimes you just like there, I was just at a slightly odd angle and just ended up not hitting much of anything with that at all. But we got a big crowd here. It's time to throw the apple in there, see if we can't pass that along, and that'll help take down Ardio there. Rest of her team backed off, so that's a great thing to do with her ult here, is to get separation amongst the enemy team as you get that in on somebody, and that's generally going to want to spread everybody else out and away from that so that they don't get hit by the explosion effect of it. And then after that fact, now you have your enemy team split up, so that gives you opportunities there to single somebody off. Trying to go for the Agni there. Where did he get to? Oh, he must have got some healing in there because he is at more health now than he was. Alright, so watching out for the gas stuns there. Hey, Agni players, throw your gas second. You want to stun people. Anyway, we got another nice grouping here. Let's get the ball over in there. There it goes, Agni down to Al Kwong. Get the stun there, or the root in there on Ardio, who dashes out of it, but that's okay. Here I messed up with my ult. I hit myself with it, yeah. Wasn't thinking as I turned that it was going to hit that column and bounce right back at me. It was kind of like, why is it? Oh, yeah, it bounces. Well, first time I'm playing. I'll remember these things as I move forward here with her, but, first time is what first time was, figuring things out. Alright, so we got a good push on here. Kill-wise, we're at 14 to 8. We're up about 30 tickets here as we're nearing the halfway point of the match. Starting to get some pressure on. Alex is kind of finally starting to settle in here a little bit. He had a little bit of a rough start. But the kids, you know, while they're young and inexperienced, are still actually really decent players when it all boils down to it. You know, I've seen them do some great things here as our Al Kwong blinks away. Sosuke's Gaming, he gets away. Can I save Izanami out here in the crowd? No, sorry, Hunbun, can't fix that. But, you know, oh, she dodged my apple and I don't even pick up Artio on the backswing of that. Let's go ahead and just dip right on here into Fountain and say, okay, I'm not going to get outnumbered by you guys right now. We'll just kind of reset this. All right. So I fade back in, come back out. My team's already pushing across the map here. Oh, we got one of these big guys here. So let me get some auto attacks out on that quick here while we have a good moment to do so. I got Alex up front there as Cabrakan taking care of the minions, which allows me free time to get that big guy cleared up. And now we can all group up. There's a nice X there as I get a couple of the enemies in there looking at each other. And I'll go ahead and take the root effect there and back away from the, you know, when you get rooted, chances are there's another attack coming your way. So be prepared to move. Alright, let's get up in here, get that. Oh, yeah, we did get Artio with that. And I missed the wall there, so definitely missed there on the Cabrakan wall. Didn't hit it. Still want to see if that'll bounce off that or not. Might have to figure that out at some other time. I don't know if we see that here, because that was one where I thought, yesterday I thought that it went through the wall, but here watching in hindsight, I can see that it clearly missed the wall to the left. It was, as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside. Oh, we hit another X square combo there and dish out some damage. So it's definitely a really interesting ability. The more I played her here, the more comfortable I got with her. And it's funny because I often will get a lot of new god anxiety, and that's something that I didn't really feel like I had here with her. She just kind of felt comfortable right from the beginning. God, could I get away to save myself? No, they got a Neith. After all of that, down to 9 health, Neith just had to go and finish me off. That bugger. Thought I had a nice low health escape there, but is not what was going to happen. Alright, so we still got a nice lead here. Up 24 to 14 now. Now we're up almost 80 tickets. Alex is in trouble again here. I don't know that I can save him, but let's go ahead and at least do something. Really, Emma, you're like going all in for this, aren't you? Alright, well, Dad and sister to the rescue here. Can we take her down with the help of Nemesis? Of course we can. We're Team Dirtnap and friends. Even if they're random friends. Alrighty. Al Kwong did a very good job in this match, by the way. He had a lot of kills here, if I remember right. I just wanted to back away from that because I thought that had a good chance of spreading there. And that's the other thing is with Discord, just learning, what is important and not important here to, get away from things that, I get 3 people look like in there with that X. Gives me a good opportunity to get the square in there and really just do some damage. And boy, that's how she works. You get a couple people locked down in a spot, you can follow it up with some nasty stuff, especially if you have your ult ready. Get that in there where it's going to spread onto other people. Definitely some good opportunities there with that. So again, I'm playing a very passive role with her here because, well, I tend to be a little more cautious as a player, especially if it's somebody I don't know. So definitely getting a lot of assists here as I'm at 1-1 and 17. But I don't mind, setting up kills for my teammates as long as we're winning the game, getting the kills and winning. I'm okay with that. As now we've extended our lead to almost 100 here. This is going down pretty well, and it was funny because honestly at this point I had got so into the game that I, while playing, had totally lost track of the score. So I had no idea at this point how well things were going or how bad things were going. I had honestly thought that things were not going well at one point, because at one point it was a pretty tough game. I'm like, oh man, I would just love to kill her, but I'm not going to do it. But Al Kwong is going to go ahead and sneak in. I'm going to go ahead and use that wall here and use the circle to get away from that. Oh, come back around and pick up the kill on Amaterasu. Make sure our Al Kwong can get out of dodge here. Hey, buddy, be careful. They're coming this way. I'm not... Oh, my goodness. The fact that he got away with that. And I'm going to go ahead and dip through the column there. That kind of definitely helps. But Ardio catches up, and I'm just not going to squeeze back into the fountain there. All right. Well, Al Kwong got away with it, and I'm okay with that. Although he didn't stay alive long, as he goes down right there. So I'm just debating what I wanted to build here. I'm like, let's go ahead and kick this book in. I think that was a good thing to have. I think maybe it was Dirt Nap Dan that was telling me that the last two items here, Soul Reaver and Ethereal Staff, were good on her, that he had read or something like that. I don't know. So, hey, you let me know in the comments what are some good builds here for her, because I honestly, like I said, I just didn't really research her when she came out in patch notes and stuff like that. I was even had some other stuff going on last week, and I didn't know that we were getting the patch early, so, surprise, here it all is. I'm not ready to play her yet. Usually I do like to, at least have read the abilities and know what they do, precisely, because, the little things and abilities are often the most important things. Just doing the damage, that's the easy part to figure out, but how do I do the little bits and pieces of her combos and so forth? That's the important part. And there's the final kill as Al Kwong takes down the RDO, and we win 82-0. Ticket wise, 36 kills to 23. I finished 2-2 and 19. Let's go ahead and skip slightly ahead here to get to the end. Oh yeah, my youngest Alex, who I had referred to the game, got to a certain level or so, and him and I both got a bunch of fantasy points for that. I think he got to level 30, actually. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out then and see what it is. We actually forgot to look. We got to doing something else then. So here's your final stats then for the game. So it looks like I led the lobby in damage at 26k. So I didn't do the 50k of the previous Discordia that made me want to play her, but I did lead the lobby by not quite 1,000 over Neath on the other side here, actually. And the other Discordia came in at 15, so definitely did a lot better than her, and I definitely felt that throughout the game here. Wasn't my Ashley's best game here for player damage, but boy, she sure did take care of our minion problem here, since we didn't really have a good minion clear outside of myself, and well, I was not knowing what I was doing that well, so it's good that she picked that up there. And Sasuke's Gaming here with the 26k of mitigated damage, which is a pretty good job there at 1, 4, and 21, and Ashley in here at 4, 4, and 12. So, hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button there. Make sure you give this video a like. Help me out in the comments here. Would love to see what you guys are building here with Discordia, so I can continue to work on it. She looks fun. Probably a bit overpowered damage-wise still, I would think. I'm guessing that she's going to get toned down a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but I think there's definitely going to be some toning down coming her way. But overall, solid. Just watch out for the people that know what they're doing, because they can rip stuff up. High five there. Big shout outs to Nemesis and Al Kwong there. Just kind of glanced up at the 12 and 4 and 17 and 10. Thanks for carrying us through there. I really appreciate it. And hey, everybody, when it comes to dirt naps, remember, you got to give them before you take them. Peace out, folks.